All right, I'm going to show you how a simple Army Leaders book is going to take your NCO leadership to the next level. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph French, and on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the Army Leaders book. Now, if you get a second, smash that like button for me. Comment below on any tips or tricks that you want to add into that Leaders book, and hit that subscribe button for you don't miss the video. Let's jump right into it. Now, for the longest time since I've been in the military, NCOs have had Leaders books. Now, what's in this Leaders book is a lot of things, and they differ from different NCOs to different companies. But at the end of the day, you need to determine what you want in your Leaders book that gets the most out of your leadership and the most out of your soldiers. An Army Leaders book is something that contains information about your soldiers. Now, whether you have a squad and you have a Leaders book for just your NCOs, or you have a team where you're the NCO and you're in charge of your 4, 5, 6 soldiers, and that book is all about them. Now, this goes all the way up to a platoon sergeant of them having a Leaders book on just his or her squad leaders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Everybody has a Leaders book that can help them, inform them on their soldiers. First thing that you're going to have in this Leaders book is a personal data sheet. This is going to have all kinds of personal information for each soldier. Whether it's their birthday, their spouse's information, their dependents' information, all of this personal data information that's going to help you get to know them and also have it ready in case anybody in the command needs it. Now, the second thing you need to have in there is a housing or barracks information sheet. Something that lets you know where your soldiers live. You need to know that. And that can be something that you can lose track of as soldiers tend to move barracks room on occasion. You have somebody that lives on post or somebody that lives off post, not inside the barracks. You need to have this information so you can get to and from this soldier's house just in case something happens or if you need to help them with anything that they got going on. The next thing that you need to have in their Leaders book is their ACFT, their APFT, and their weapons cards. Have those current cards in there because the command tends to need those. They turn in an airborne packet. They turn in this school packet. They might need these 705s. They might need these PT cards. They need these weapons cards. It also might come to the point where you need to turn them in to make sure that you're up to date with your weapons and PT. So it's good for you to always have one on hand. Having the most current APFT, ACFT, and weapons in that Leaders book, crucial. And one thing you need to add in there that you can make very easily on a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, having a counseling checklist. Now, you can list it off as simple as having the names on the side and having the monthly counseling and just putting an X in it saying that, reminding yourself, I counseled Private Johnson, okay? I counseled Specialist Smith last month, I think. Let me find it. All right, this is just a simple checklist. You can check it off. They can keep theirs, you can keep that counseling, but it's something that you could easily track. Same thing for NCOs in the squad. When you start doing your quarterly counselings for those NCOERs, you can simply check off those 3 blocks and know that you're working towards that support form being completed correctly. Now on to NCOs. One thing that you can add in there, not only following the counseling checklist that you just made, that's something you could do for your NCOs as well, but you can also add and put in there the working copy of the support form. As you're working on the support form with your NCOs to create that next NCOER, you can have a working, living copy in there and a working draft. Pull it out when it's time to counsel, gen it up, put it back in. When it's time to write the NCOER, it's already done. Now make sure you keep those in a secure place and make sure you keep this stuff confidential. Now these Army Leaders books can get very thick and very comprehensive if you really want to add all the stuff. You can add in such as creeds, NCO creeds, soldier creeds, stuff to kind of make that into a board book. But you don't want to mix the two. Keep it simple, keep it structured, keep it something that you could continuously update very easily. It doesn't take 4 hours of your day to get that thing up to date. Then it's not going to be worth your while. Now another thing that you can do is, that I've looked up, is on the App Store there are a few Army Leaders apps. A couple of them aren't too bad. Something that you could store this information in. And now the benefit of that is you have your phone on you all the time. You don't have your binder on you all the time. So this creates that, well, is this Army Leader book even worth it? Why would I even do this? Convenience is the key, but you also have OPSEC. So you need to control the information that you have in that app, okay? Putting DODs, putting social security numbers is not something you should be putting in those apps. Now, what you can do, and I highly recommend, if you do have a Google Drive, you can simply create a living document on your Google Drive. And this could be a simple Excel spreadsheet that has most of this Army Leaders information in there. Anything that we cover today in the Army Leaders book is something that you could kind of build into a Google document. And that's something that only you can log into, and you'd have it instantly on your phone. So that's kind of the new age Army Leaders book. If you want something that you can just put on your desk, and when first sergeant comes in, ask you a simple question, your platoon sergeant comes in, you flip your book, it's right here. That's something that you should have on your desk, and it's something very easy to do. So that's a few things that we have in the Army's Leaders Book that we just talked about today. That's a few things that you can do. Feel free for you to customize these leaders books to yourself, your unit, your company, and know what your company needs and your soldiers' needs. This book can be very thick and can be very thin, but it can be very, very effective if you utilize it correctly and keep it up to date. That's how you're going to stay organized around your soldiers and be an effective leader. This is how you're going to save time, and you're going to have more time to train and lead your soldiers. And that's just another way you're going to separate yourself from your peers. And that's the drill.